The goal of every review we do, whether it's related to a equity concern with a staff member or a retained surgical instrument in our OR, the goal is the same. And the goal is to learn what happened and why, and really try to understand what are the facts of the case. So some of the things that we're going to talk about is what do we know happened and what do we believe happened.
Because of the beautiful color of the skin that I was born in, no matter how good I am at my job, they told me I couldn't come in. I wouldn't be involved in the care of that patient going forward. And honestly, I don't even know. I mean, it's heartbreaking. You know, as much as the patient was obviously going through something, I almost feel like the victim. I think the worst part is that, you know, in these kind of situations, it seems like racism, which, you know, a lot of people are talking about, it's always on me to fix. I always have to be the victim of it, and I have to fix it for other people.
One thing that I am constantly working on, and thanks, Lou, to the chat, is I have to sit back in my seat and not always come at it and say, like, what in the world were you thinking, right? Like, but come at it from a point of view of curiosity and this point of view of generosity, right? And to try to hear more with the knowledge that that gets us to a point where we can find a solution that's durable, rather than gets us to something that becomes antagonistic, right? As we try to build a system that is anti-racist at its core, that's equitable at its core, that's systems at its core, right? Not just dependent on interpersonal interactions.
I really now try to make the approach in life that, like, everybody out there is, I give them so much like social charity. Like they're the biggest anti-racist, they're the best doer of good in the world. They've done everything they can, and this still happened. So let me try to evolve them from that point, as opposed to putting on my own bias of why I think they did that or why I think they behaved that way or what got them to that point. I try to give them the most charity. I try to give them the most idea that this was all in the best intention in the world, but it still happened. So how can we grow from there?